What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Glad to have you hanging out with us here this Thursday. Please like the Matt Moscone page if you've not done so yet. Share the post. We appreciate that as always. A couple of things I got on the rundown today. We'll say some good mornings, get into whatever y'all want to talk about. But if you missed it yesterday, LSU or the SEC announced Joe Burrow won the Roy F. Kramer SEC Male Athlete of the Year award. Really a huge honor because the only LSU athletes ever to win it. Burrow's only the sixth LSU athlete ever to win it. And he's the first LSU football player ever to win it. Shaq won it twice. Walter Davis, track and field, won it. Simone won it in 2006. Xavier Carter also won it in 2006, and then Susan Jackson won it in 2010. Gymnast Susan Jackson, and then Burrow. Only the sixth athlete. Shaq won it twice, so the seventh time an LSU athlete has won it. But really, I mean, because that transcends all sports, it's a huge, huge deal. So congrats to Joe Burrow on that. And then the other thing I have there is about CamRon Jackson flipping to Memphis. If y'all didn't hear that story, CamRon Jackson had been committed to LSU for a long time, didn't make grades, so he didn't sign with LSU on signing day, but he was trying to get his academics in order, and they held a spot. Well, he's got his academics in order now, but he flipped to Memphis. So LSU's got that spot open. We thought they would, but now they, for really real, have that spot open. Because Jackson is no longer an option to get in the class. So if they want to add a grad transfer, another player, now they can. And this is about the time, if you remember, a few years back when they added Terrence Alexander really late in the process when he was coming over from Stanford. So if there's a grad transfer somewhere out there lingering that's looking to jump and land at LSU, that spot's there. Or, of course, they could hold that spot and just backfill it, in this upcoming recruiting class. So. All right, let's say some good mornings here. Gerald Mathern, good morning. Charlie Cavell, Jason Truax, Jason Aguilar. What's up, Jason? Been a minute, man. Trivia Carter, good morning. So trivia. I'm glad you're here. So I told you yesterday, my solemn promise was that I would have a YouTube channel dedicated to Morning Scone set up by today. And I do. And I ran into what I remembered as the problem. To go live on YouTube, you have to have a verified page. So my Morning Scone page isn't a verified page yet. It's brand new. So I can't go live from that page. So I have a decision to make. I can convert my Matt Moscone page into Morning Scone and just do Morning Scone there from now on because it's a verified page. And start a new page for clips and rants and stuff like that. Because I've explained this before. I don't know if all of you care about this, but YouTube, the way YouTube really exists and lives and breathes is channels need specificity. So if I have a 45-minute video and a 60-second video on the same channel, YouTube doesn't know what my channel is. If some videos are talking about sports and some videos are talking about whiskey, it's like YouTube doesn't know what my channel is, so it's hard for it to suggest videos. You know, your suggested videos column. Anyway, so it's better to have a channel just for Morning Scone and then a channel just for my clips and rants and stuff like that. So I have an option. I could either take Morning Scone from Facebook after it's done, upload it to the Morning Scone YouTube channel, and just be patient until it gets verified, and then I can start doing it live. Or I can convert my Matt Moscone page to Morning Scone and then start a new page for clips and stuff like that. So I wasn't prepared for that, and I need to make that decision. So my apologies, Trivia. I know you've been pushing hard for me to be on YouTube, and I sincerely tried. I started a page last night to do it, and I ran into a roadblock, so I just need to work through it, but I will. Hey, Pat Huseman, good morning. Blaine Smith, going good, Blaine. Thank you, man. I can't complain, even if I did. I don't think anybody would care. But all things considered, man, everybody kind of getting back to in the flow of life. Drew's still sleeping, but what's really exciting, honestly, is I'm starting to get to that point in the summer where a lot of our football projects are coming due. Like every year, I contribute to 225 magazine. They do their college football, their LSU football preview magazine. And I contribute to that. I have for the last 4 or 5 years. Anyway, so I have to write that column this morning. So as soon as we're done here, I'm going to write that column and submit it. So, just stuff like that. We're getting close, so that's fun. Nick Torino, what's up, Nick? Ronnie Duca, Andrew Bear, Chris, and Vanessa Meshdome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Todd Acosta, good morning. Stephen Miller, what's up, my dude? Ryan Jackson, Roy Isa, good morning. Jerry Spurgeon, what's up? Jason Aguilard, CamRon Jackson got a scholarship pulled to make room for a better player, huh? Jason, sometimes that stuff is mutual. If LSU's kind of moved on, or if they have someone in mind, you can talk to a guy and go, hey, look, why don't you seek another opportunity? And it's just a mutually agreed upon thing. That's never like an easy thing to do, but it happens. It happens every year in every class at every school. So, it's probably best that it happened that way. Especially with LSU, on the offensive line, adding Liam Shanahan, the grad transfer, and they're loaded up on that interior defensive line too. So. Jackie Caruso, good morning. Tyler Hales, good morning. Any big Father's Day plans? So thank you for asking, Tyler. So forever and ever and ever and ever, we've always had crawfish bisque. My Grammy makes crawfish bisque, and the whole family gets together. We do that for Father's Day and for my Gramps' birthday, which is in October. Well, my Grammy's having heart surgery actually today, so if y'all think of it, would say a prayer for my Grammy, I'd really, really appreciate it. So Grammy's having heart surgery today, and so she wasn't really going to be able to make crawfish bisque. She and my Gramps stay with my parents now, and so my mom was obviously preoccupied. So we didn't get to do crawfish bisque. So what we're going to do is the whole family will just kind of do lunch or brunch or whatever on their own, and then everyone's going to come over here for dessert and chips and dips and stuff, and we'll all spend some time together. You'll let the kids get in the pool and all that stuff. So, so that's what we'll do. It's a family, kind of a family event, so I'm good with that. Hey, Brant Roban, what's up? Got a little burned yesterday at Orange Beach, having Father's Day round of golf today. There you go. Gulf Shores Country Club. Bought some Four Roses for $21. Now, Brant, did you get the Four Roses small batch, or the Four Roses single barrel? That's the big difference. So $21 for Four Roses is appropriate. If you got Four Roses single barrel for $21, you got it for about half price. And that's awesome. Edward Cooper, what's up, man? Stephen Miller, Andrew Bear. Andrew Bear, everyone go vote for Colleen Temple for the honorary ESPY. Yes, so we'll announce the honorary ESPY award winner tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. Paul Melanson, what's up? Blaine Smith, recruiting has cooled off. I know there are some commitments being announced soon by some targets. Yeah, Blaine, I can tell you this, man. It hasn't cooled from a coach's effort standpoint. The reality is, if you want to comp for a top class, Alabama's only got 8 commits in this class already, right now. LSU's outpacing. I think LSU's at 11 right now. The point is, when you're in the mix for major national prospects, which LSU is, a lot of those guys don't commit until closer to signing day. So, this is going to be one of those years where you're waiting to see, you're waiting for Mason Smith, you're waiting for for Chris Hilton, you're waiting for the guys in state and nationally who are the major recruits that aren't going to announce until closer to signing day. So it's okay, it's just different, but it's going to be just fine. Colby Rosenthal, good morning. Charlie Willis to ULL, saw that yesterday. We announced it on AFR. So C.J. Willis, baseball player, is transferring. We knew he was leaving LSU, but he's headed to ULL. That's going to be a great decision for him, and it's going to be super great for ULL. Y'all watch. He's going to be an all-conference player. Physically, he is a prototype prospect. And what's so interesting, man, I've had a chance to talk to some of the... So CJ would go hit over a traction. And I've had a chance to talk to some guys who've... Terrio obviously has worked with him a bunch, but a lot of guys go over there and hit and practice, especially the minor league guys. When they're in town for the offseason, they'll go hit it. If they can't hit at LSU, they'll go hit a traction or just go work out a traction, work with Terrio. And those guys who watch CJ Willis hit, and they go, it just sounds different coming off the bat. He's, I have a feeling LSU's going to regret that one. Happens, though. Eric Hart, good morning. Jonathan Savoy, good morning. Let's see, Jason, that was a smart move by LSU, getting rid of a 3-star for a bigger fish. Jason, for two reasons. One, if you have someone in mind to add to this class, great. For this year, great. If not, 2021 is loaded, and if you can have that extra spot for 2021, you take it. I think LSU's beyond the days of taking a guy just to take him or just to fill a class. Now, that's worked out at times. I mean, they did that when they had a spot late for Justin Jefferson as a 2-star. That worked out. They had a spot late for Lloyd Cushenberry. That worked out. Jeff McKithen, what's up, dude? Joshua Carr, Damari Harding, what's up, man? Zach LeBlanc, good morning. Gerald, grad transfer this late, a good idea considering setback from COVID-19. Gerald, if you got the right guy. I mean, I mentioned they went through this with Terrence Alexander a few years ago. I mean, he was added in the summer, from the New Orleans area, went to Stanford, grad transfer. Yeah, LSU added him to the secondary, and he played in nickel and dime packages for him. They needed him in the bowl game, if you remember, against UCF, because they had like 3 defensive linemen in that game and like 2 corners. It was crazy, but yeah. Jason, been working 7-10s at BASF on nights. Ugh. Wow. So what are you like just getting off right now? God bless you, dude. 5 weeks left. Hey, man, I know that's a grind, but you know what? Good on you, because those paychecks are going to be nice, man. So good on you. Brady Beacom, what's up? Kelly Presley. Jeff, the eulogy for the Sazerac bottle last night was priceless. We did nightcap a scone last night, and I poured the end of I finished a bottle, so I eulogized the bottle as we finished. Tyler, have you thought about the possibility of Twitch streaming Morning Scone? I have, Tyler. I have a Twitch channel, as a matter of fact, as well. I don't know if I have the proper streaming software. I need to. Bottom line is, man, this past year, if you remember, I was searching a lot of different platforms that would allow me to create one stream and broadcast it to many different platforms. So I could go Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of them from one feed. And I used Restream.io, which is the one that's most recommended. I created it. We tried it a couple of times, and it works in that I was able to go live from one feed to multiple platforms. But if y'all remember, the video was grainy, the feed was bad, it would cut in and out, comments didn't populate. It was just, it wasn't serviceable, it wasn't functional. So, and what was happening is that, our core was sort of dissolving. So I tried. There's got to be a better option, and I'm happy to do Facebook and YouTube from 2 different devices. I just gotta figure out a way to do it. Anyway. Hey, Lori Prophet, good morning. Steven Random, but are you guys at Swamp Assassin still selling those shirts? Are the guys at Swamp? Yeah, I think so, man. If you go to the website, they made the Swamp Assassin made the Todd Peterson I Hit Bomb shirts, and made the Show Me Your O Face shirts as well that Jordy and I wore. So as far as I know, they're still up there on the site. I haven't checked in a while, but as far as I know. Gerald says, Matt, I'm still on Facebook because of your feeds. Once you move over, I'm out. Gotcha, Gerald. I get it, man. Jason, YouTube is a sham. They pull stuff off because they don't like it. Don't go to YouTube. They're horrible left wing. Jason, I don't care about people's politics, man. I just want a platform where people who want to watch can do so as efficiently as they want on the platform they want. That's all I care about. I'm not going to leave Facebook for YouTube. I'm trying to do both. Is what I'm hoping. So if you want to watch on Facebook, cool. If you want to watch on YouTube, cool. That's all. Brian Ashcraft, what's up? Devin Kelly, good morning. Steven had a phone call, got busy before returning from break. What did Russ say? So Russ Mitchell was on yesterday. At the end of the interview, he tripped over himself verbally as he was hanging up. He was trying to say Willie Gault, because Willie Gault was up for the College Football Hall of Fame. And it came out like, well, whatever, however it sounded. But he was trying to say Willie Gault. Let's see. As always, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They're tagged in this post. And if you or someone you know is in need of an orthopedist or PT or OT, they got it for you. Pediatric, the after hours clinic is open. They can do x-rays, MRI. They can do it all in-house there at the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. So y'all check out Brock. And please share the post if you've not done so yet. We appreciate that as always. Or if you don't share the post, if you would just tag someone in the comments, who you think might be interested in watching this, I'd appreciate it. Derek Thomas, morning, Matt. I've been playing hooky. I mean, you're not supposed to go announce it on Facebook, bro. Thank you, man. Prayers for Grammy. Thank you. Thank y'all. Dylan Landry, Blaine Smith, thanks, y'all. Tyler Hales, thank you. Spike Sylvester, what's up? Jason, he said bye, brother. He did not say bye, brother. He said he was saying Willie Gault. He was saying Willie Gault on at the end of the interview. Devin, about time, bro. Jordy and T-Bob interviewed a chef. Hey, man, they can say the same about me interviewing Feinswald, but I love the guy. I think the chef they interview is the guy who's the chef at LSU football ops, like at the nutrition center. I obviously don't get to hear it, but I think that's the chef they're interviewing. Interesting angle. Thank you, Lori. Gerald, praying for Grammy. Thank you. Steven, if I was to bet money, I would put it on brother, too. He wasn't saying brother. He was saying Willie Gault. And actually, when you go listen to it, you can understand he was trying to say it. And Russ was going through the players on the Hall of Fame ballot that are sort of like off the radar guys that they thought should make it in. And Willie Gault was on it. So it actually does make sense. Brian Nichols, Mark Carline, Brian Arsenault. Good morning. Andrew, if Colleen wins the ESPY, will the Temples be the most awarded family in LSU history? Wait, is Colleen Temple, is that Collis's daughter? Or would have to be Collis's daughter, right? CT3's daughter isn't old enough to be in school. Wow. No kidding. That would be cool. Brendan Atchison, what's up? Brent Roban, bottle is down in the car garage. I'll have it tonight when you do your bourbon pour tonight. I'll let you know if it's a single barrel. Got it. Jason, what about the basketball players, Musa? When is he announcing? He's still not made that public, Jason. So Musa Cisse, the 5-star who reclassified for this year, was set to announce 2 weeks ago, and then the Dick Vitale thing came out, and there were all the protests and riots and things that week, and he delayed his announcement and still has not made public when he will announce. So everyone's kind of waiting to see, but Jason, he reclassified for 2021, so he's got to pick because he's got to be on a college campus next month when they start workouts. You would think soon to start. Well, I guess you don't have to go to summer school. he ain't gonna be anywhere long. Not long enough to get a degree. So anyway, Brian Wynn, what's up? Hey, Dad, good morning. Douglas Duhan, what's up? Good morning. Brandon, morning, Scone. How's the family doing? Hope all is well. We're good, Brandon. Thank you for asking, man. Hopefully the same is true for you and yours. Thank you, Stephen, praying for Grammy. Scott Zachary, Kerry Poston, Michael Hidalgo, Kevin Wagner, good morning. Kirk Taylor, good morning. Let's see, Brant. It's Brant from Mr. Lebowski's office. Not surprised to see many Tiger fans out here at the beach. Few Bama fans were sitting in front of me on the beach. I blasted the Tiger Fight song from my speaker. Saw their head shake. There's nothing worse than obnoxious LSU fans when we win. It's so good. Derek Thomas, use Zoom. Can you stream Zoom to YouTube? But again, I don't know if you can use Zoom to YouTube, Derek. That's the problem. Live anyway. Like I could do a Zoom call, record it, then upload it. But I can take this and upload it to YouTube. Clayton Wolf, good morning. Let's see. Dawn Jolibois, good morning. Said morning, Matt and Drew. Drew's still sleeping. A little sleepyhead the past couple days. I think every afternoon Erica puts him, when she gets home, she puts him in the pool, and he's been swimming for like an hour plus every day. I had to like drag him out of the pool. He may just be wearing himself out, and he's just sleeping really good. Excellent. Let's see. Brian Arsenault, AT&T needs to be a sponsor. Saw a T1 line for you at no charge. Brian, though, it's like... I just shouldn't have that connectivity issue, you know? Jeff, found a bottle of Whistle Pig 15 for $1.99. Should have pulled the trigger. I wouldn't. Jeff, I don't know if you've had it. I have. It's good. But for me, the price point escalation from the 10, 12, and 15 and Whistle Pig is just not worth it, man. It's like the 10 is amazing at $75. The 12 is different enough because of the cast finish. And in my opinion, worth if you want to pay $100. I think I've seen it some places like $120, which is steep. But $200 for the 15-year, it's just not worth it. I would rather take that $200 and buy 3 bottles of the 10-year than 1 bottle of the 15. I mean, if you want the novelty of it, go for it. And it's good. It's good. It's really good. But $200, man, it's got to be knock your socks off for me to justify spending $200 for something like that. And especially when you have such a good alternative, affordable alternative. AJ Holland, good morning. Jimmy Campbell, good morning. AJ, tell me about Brock. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, locations all over the greater Baton Rouge area, including Walker. If you get off the Walker exit, go right. You'll see it there on your right. They are the Saints team doctors, the LSU team doctors. When I had my knee surgery, Dr. Chip Bankston performed it there at Brock, inside of the Surgical Specialty Center. One-stop shop, MRI, X-rays, after-hours clinics, pediatrics. They do it all at the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Good enough? Let's see. Kirk, what time ended calling it a night? Night with the whiskey sconers is better than doing work. What time? I don't know, Kurt. We did the thing. I guess it was a little after 10 o'clock when we ended. Did about an hour-long show last night. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you for tagging Jim St. Pierre in here. Appreciate that. Everyone who would share, appreciate sharing the post. But if you don't want to share, if you would just tag someone in the comments you think might want to see this, I'd appreciate it. Here we go. Charlie praying. Thank you, Charlie. Brandon. Dr. Winder did my labrum surgery years ago. Great staff over there. They are. Dr. Winder's great. I had a chance to interview him last year before the football season. Let's see. Thank you, Jason. Derek Thomas. I was meaning from the morning show. This is my sports school. Oh. Hooky. Got it. Jody Ploche. Willie Galt, the man responsible for the Super Bowl shuffle. I thought his name was Feinstein. Larry Feinstein. I love getting him riled up. Are you sure that wasn't his Coach O Go Tigers impersonation? It was not. I believe he was saying Willie Galt, and he was trying to get out quickly, and he just stumbled over his words and then hung up the phone. Derek, one of my mentors is playing the keyboard on Super Bowl Shuffle. No kidding, huh? Interesting. The 80s. Wow. A couple more minutes here. Hey, Jim St. Pierre, welcome. Appreciate you. Brandon English, sending prayers. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Tyrone Keys Callaway, hi. MSU caused the fumble that beat Alabama. Caused the fumble that beat Alabama. In what game? Okay, it is Big Collis's daughter. Jason Cool J, what's up, man? Jody Ploche, 85 Bears, favorite team. Not mine, Jody. Who dat, bruh? No, okay. You can Zoom live to YouTube. Thank you, Trivia Carter. I will, but I wonder if you have to have a verified YouTube account. Like, why would YouTube let you Zoom live to their platform and not just originate from their platform? It just doesn't make sense. But I'll look it up. Thank you. Mark Hammond, good morning. Because I have Zoom. I mean, we've all had to have Zoom because of all this stuff, so I'll give it a go. Mark Hammond, Tad Page, good morning. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Jason, can't believe Russ said LSU won't beat Bama. There's no way Mac Jones will beat us at home. You heard it first from me. I thought he said they will. They will. I think Florida and he said Auburn. He would pick LSU. He would pick Auburn to beat LSU at Auburn. Jason, knock your dead soxies off. I love that all of y'all are so in tune to all of my sponsors. It's so funny to me. It's great. I'm very, very grateful. Very, very, very grateful. Oh, thank you. Derek Thomas just sent me a Zoom live to YouTube. Okay, I will absolutely look at that. I'll absolutely look at that as soon as we finish. Well, actually, as soon as we finish here, I need to write my column for 225 Magazine, and then I need to go work out, and then I need to go prep for my show. Kirk Taylor, what's up with Grammy? My grandmother, my mom's mom, is having heart surgery today. So, she's 80. Gramps is 87. Grammy is 80. 84? 83 or 84. So thank you for the prayers. Jeff McKithen, 10 bottles of Sazerac at $19.98 at Sam's instead. Done. Yep, Jeff, that I would rather buy 10 bottles of Sazerac than one bottle of Whistle Pig 15. Now, if you want to buy 6 bottles of Sazerac and one bottle of Whistle Pig 10, that's probably a better bet. Let's see, Brant, this condo didn't have a decent frying pan to cook my eggs this morning, so I cooked them on my freaking forehead. Burnt. Wear some sunscreen, bro. Come on, man. James Pittman, what's up? E-Rock, what's up? I guess Erica's at school. Still sleeping, babe. Drew's still sleeping. I'm a little sleepyhead. In 1980. Gotcha. Sean Ewing, what's up? AJ Holland. Who's still on the LSU baseball team? They're dropping left and right. Well, AJ, remember, when COVID happened and they announced the draft was shortened and they gave roster relief to the team so seniors could come back and the draft was short. We knew that there were a lot of high school prospects that were going to end up on college campuses. We knew this was going to happen. That rosters were going to get squeezed, and it's happening everywhere. That's the thing. If you're not dialed into other baseball programs, you're not noticing it. But just in prepping around the SEC every day, I see this every day at all the programs around the league. It's just everybody rosters are getting squeezed. I mean, yeah, guys come back that you thought were going to go pro, and you got high school kids that you thought were going to be drafted that weren't, that are now showing up on campus. So you got guys on your roster presently who've kind of been in a backup role that just get squeezed. So, coaches all over the country have had to make tough roster decisions. But the beneficiary is going to be college baseball, because college baseball is going to be loaded with talent next year. And LSU is going to be at the forefront. LSU, I would say LSU and Florida. Vanderbilt's always really good, but LSU and Florida next year should be the best teams in the SEC. It should be right there at the top of the list nationally. When we talk about preseason rankings and. Hang on one second. Drew's backpack's beeping. Hang on. Shout out to Brock, y'all. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, as always. Appreciate them coming down the home stretch. We're just about done. Let's see. Jason, let's see. He picked Auburn and Florida. I don't see those beating us. Jason, those are, you got to keep in mind, man. Those are really tough road games. LSU traditionally has not had a ton of success on the road in Gainesville, and that's going to be a very veteran Florida team. That's going to be a tough game to go win. And really, that's going to be Miles Brennan's first real road test. They're going to play in Houston against Rice, and they'll play the Mississippi schools. But that's going to be the first really intense road environment for Miles Brennan. And I just hate the way the schedule ends. I know I talk about this a lot, and I've talked about it a lot this offseason. As much as I like this LSU team, and I'm not buying they lost too much, because they have so much returning as well. I hate the schedule in November. Bama, South Carolina, at Auburn, at A&M. When you think by the time you get to A&M, that will be your fourth consecutive SEC game, and it's the week after you play at Auburn. You got to go to Auburn, which is always a slobber knocker. Then you got to come home, and a week later go to A&M. It's just brutal, I don't know how they get through November unscathed. Like, somewhere in November, they're going to drop a game. I just hope that if they can beat Florida. Because if you beat Florida, then you give yourself a cushion in November that if you do trip in one of those games, you're still positioned to be 11-1, and if it's the right one, then you can still get to Atlanta. That's my hope. Hey, Brock Pendarvis, good morning. Gavin Blanchard, Rodney Njoka, good morning. Kelly Gross, good morning. Brant, I put 50 sunscreen on. Must have washed off quickly. Got to reapply, bro. Mark Perron, good morning. David Eric, good morning. Oh, there, Drew's stirring now. My little boy. I see him starting into bed. Sean White, thank you, man. Kevin Boudreaux never got notification. Darn Facebook. They're sabotaging us, Kevin. But thank you for being here. Brandon, I really wish we could steal a couple of pitchers from Vandy and Florida every year. These guys get close to ace pitchers in every recruiting class. Yeah, LSU does as well, Brandon. The tough part is getting them on campus. Now, they did. And you got Jaden Hill and Cole Henry and Landon Marsh. So, you got these guys to show up. You need them to maximize now. Let's see. Kevin, they're building up Mac Jones, but not Brennan. I get it. More playing time. They've seen what he can do. Brennan was better at the Elite 11. I think Brennan turned some heads. We'll see, man. I think, with Mac Jones, it's also just the Bama appeal. Man, there's a lot of people that think Mac Jones isn't going to keep that job, that freshman 5-star is going to come in and win it. So, someone asked me this last night on Nightcap with Scone. Look, not every freshman is Tua, and to have that expectation is foolish. But, that's a wait and see for sure. All right, last one. Jason, Florida lost all their receivers. Our secondary will be number one. Auburn lost their D-line and O-line. Auburn losing those defensive linemen is massive. You'll also be playing them the second to last week, so whoever is playing for them, offensive and defensive line, will have had enough experience by that point. And you got a quarterback that was freshman All-SEC last year and started every game. So, Bryant Wesley, what do you think of our offensive line? How will they fare? Bryant, man, I think they're going to be fine. Chasen Hines is going to be your starting center. And he was a stud as a freshman. Now, he had the knee injury last year, so he didn't really play. But physically, I don't worry about him. The only question with Chasen Hines is, and Ed Ogeron has alluded to this so many times, is the snap. Because every snap is a shotgun snap. So you got to get the snap down. If you don't get the snap down or you get the snap back, then you can't play the position. But Ed Ingram at one guard spot, and was it Bradford? They love that kid Bradford who redshirted last year. Ed Ogeron said he might be their most athletic offensive lineman, or their most skilled offensive lineman. You got guys there. Austin Deculus has played for 4 years now, and then your left tackle is going to be Dare Rosenthal. Dare didn't play great last year, but if you need to, give him tight end help on pass plays. And maybe he will have developed this year from year 2 to year 3. So, I think they're going to be okay. I know they lost 4 of their top 6 guys. But you've also given yourself options. The 5 I just mentioned, and then you could throw into the mix. You got the grad transfer Liam Shanahan, who was all conference at Harvard. He could play any of the 5 positions on the offensive line, so it can give you depth at any of those spots. Cardell Thomas, who we haven't talked about, he'll be coming off the injury this year. He could go battle for a job. They love Joseph Evans flipping over. He may play at center for you if Hines can't get the snap down. I think they got enough bodies, man. I really do. I think they're going to be okay on the offensive line. So, okay, y'all. Let's wrap it up. Y'all have an awesome day. As always, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Please share the post if you haven't done so yet. And coming up a bit later, Locked on LSU podcast, AFR 3, and maybe even a little nightcap of Scone again tonight. We'll see if we can make that work. In the meantime, y'all have an awesome day. Thanks for watching as always. Peace.
Peace.